go.
He lied. I knew that was going to happen. Here's our intro music for today. We're going to love this one.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
Apparently, the lyricist never got any farther than that. I'm not exactly sure where they intended to go with it, but apparently they got writer's block before they finished. So we'll never know what happened to the pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows, but we can conjecture all we want, right?
We can.
They should have hired a lead.
And perhaps we shall, because you know that dang time it is. It is time for BowtieUP Live. And I'm Lee Rowley of Lee Rowley Copy Branding and Copy Brand University. And while I fix my setup here a little bit, I'm going to toss it over to my co-host in quadruplicate, Alex McDowell.
Hola, amigos. My name is Alex McDowell. I am a founder. Well, I am a founder. I'm the founder at A3 Innovation and a partner at Real Impact Solution. A fan of having quad displays, playing around with technology, and in general causing mayhem on the internet, and sleeping until like 2 p.m., going to bed at 8 a.m. However, the much more important person joining us down to our bottom, and this is really going to screw you guys up because I'm just pointing back to me, this is Lyndsey joining us today. What is up, my friend? How is it going? And what in the world are we talking about today, Lyndsey?
It is going good. First off, I switched my website over the other day, all on my own. I didn't even need to. Well, I did reach out to Alex, but by the time you replied, I'd worked it all out.
Oh, boy.
I switched out all on my own, which is a round of applause job because I am technical on many things,
you're in my
but
screen.
moving domains is not my forte. So
Google domains is like one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah, I could have done with you like sitting next to me. I could have done with like 6 of you just sitting next to me and just kind of going, it's okay. Because I was freaking out thinking, you know what, I'm gonna break something because I can do the main stuff, as I think anybody who worked online can.
Can you do DNS stuff?
Yeah, I can do DNS stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as I've got something to look at and copy off that kind of tells me where I'm pointing things at, it's okay.
Okay, so you can't do DNS stuff.
I can. I'm that person that clicks it, fiddles with it, and then goes, yay, it's fixed, or contact support because it's broken.
Okay, you know what? That'll work.
Yeah.
Where is my...
Either way, everything is now running on lyndseyfox.com. So if anybody watching, do go check out my brand new website. Unless you're a website designer, in which case, please don't, because I'm more than aware that I have 2 very clashing fonts. But you know what? I'm feeling it. I'm kind of like, I don't give a rat's ass anymore, because part of me is like classy 1920s like vintage, and the other part of me is completely grunge, like brushstroke fonts, and let's get the paints out.
I gotta check this out then.
So yeah.
And guys, I am just trying to get the comments fixed here. If you have been paying attention, I am just total mess when it comes to these comments, trying to get them fixed. So
I noticed that yesterday when I was commenting away to you guys, and I was over on Facebook. I was like,
we're just trying to keep up with it all. It's
you know what? That makes
sense. Yeah.
So did Carla have a good birthday, Lee?
Carla did have a good birthday, considering that we spent it in shelter in place. I guess we're okay to call it quarantine, but we did. I did the filet mignon and the whole thing for dinner, and it's better than you would get in any restaurant in Ohio. And I know that's a bold statement, but I'm prepared to make that because I make the best. That's just how it is.
Yeah. So when I come out, when you've moved, and when I come out to visit, I'm going to expect to taste like the world's best food, Lee. No pressure.
Wonderful. You know what? I'll take that back.
He's trying to get me to not come out now, Alex.
I'm backpedaling. All right, come on now. Top Opinions Steakhouse. Carla, back me up on this if you're listening. Top Opinions Steakhouse on Fremont Street in Las Vegas is the absolute best filet mignon in the world, and the ambiance is par excellence, especially for old farts like me who like to kick it old school. So definitely shout out to Top Opinions. It's well worth the 300 smackers you're going to put down for a meal. So, but if you're not there and it's not open because it's not, then I'm officially
Neither.
I have the best.
Okay, and can you do that for plant-based people like me, just so we're aware, and just so that if you can't, I've given you a heads up with plenty of time that you're going to need to be able to do like the plant-based alternative.
Okay, so a plant-based filet mignon. So I'm assuming you want a plant-based bacon wrap, plant-based filet mignon, right? Because you can't have one with the other, right?
Yeah, I want everything plant-based.
Wow. Why did we bring you on the show again?
I don't know. This strange guy messaged me a couple of hours ago and he's like, "Do you want to come on the show? We don't know what we're talking about, but come join us."
Oh, good Lord. I got nothing better to do. What the heck? Right? That's awesome. Okay, so we can get off of that. Carlos says Top Opinions is awesome. Yes. And I know that's on your screen, but
it is.
It off my
in case you can't read it.
I can't see your
Yeah,
screen,
I can't read that.
You can't read that? I'm literally looking at StreamYard reading it. Hold on, let me look at the stream. Like actual stream.
Look, they make.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we're talking like shadow-resistant glass is gets thinner than this. These things are just a menace.
Wow. Okay.
While we're on about things that look weird, Lee, just for everyone that's watching who maybe didn't see your throwback photo over on Facebook, you need to put that on screen and show everybody, because I had to zoom in and I was like, that's not Lee. As I'm looking at this throwback photo of you from, how old would you have been there, Lee? Is that like, 10, 20 years ago?
Yeah, that was a while. I would have been like 6.
Okay, so I am very well aware that I have not finished setting up my actual camera. I'm cut off right now. It's a mess. Don't worry. I'm working on it. But I do want to stop the show and say hello to some of my friends out in the audience. I'm going to start actually with Twitch, since that's what brought me to this. Azard Boy, thanks for joining us again, bro. He says, oh, hi. Well, hello yourself. Go ahead and show that on the screen. Hello, Azard Boy. How's it going? And then let's jump over here to LinkedIn, get some of my party people going. Carlo Rowley, hello. How's it going? Thank you for sharing Lee with us for an hour. Matthew Perkins says, huzzah, Jensen Lyndsey. Huzzah, Matthew. And the other 4 of you in the audience who have not said hello yet, be sure to stop on by, say hello.
Why haven't you?
And we shall stop the show.
Yeah. I'm working on getting that picture.
Lee's going to get us a picture. Alex.
I'm working on the picture that she's asking
his
for.
His throwback photo from the other day.
Okay.
Because I had to look at it and go like, is that Lee? But then again, I had to do that. If Carla's watching, I had to do that today because I was tagging her in something online. And I was just like, I just need to zoom in on that picture and just check it's Carla. I think everyone should like have this little speech bubble. You know when you see adverts and they have like the speech bubbles above their head and things of what they are thinking. Do you see that on TV in America a lot? It's a British thing, certainly. I just like wish everyone could walk around with their profile photos above their heads, just so that I can kind of correlate who I'm talking to.
Sure, that makes total sense. I'll work on that. Yeah. Okay.
But what have you guys been up to? Because I've been in massive content creation mode, like just crazy ass drinking Red Bull, creating a ton of content. What's everyone else been up to?
As always for me, it's the one-on-one.
Energy drinks.
Energy drinks. Okay, that too.
Yeah,
I'm just reaching out to this one-on-one context. Yeah.
So one-on-one, you've been doing lots of one-on-one work then, have you, Lee?
Just reaching out, again through Dub, doing little short videos, connecting with people one-on-one, just really building the depth of the relationships more than I'm focusing on the breadth. And I just realized that for some reason, StreamYard has decided to default to my crappy laptop webcam.
I was wondering why you weren't in crisp Lee quality.
I was kind of wondering that myself, and now I think I may know.
No, you.
Well, would you look at that?
Hey guys, do I look pixelated? And you know what we would have said? Lee, you're probably using your webcam. We've got you.
Alex, did we get you sorted with lighting the other day? Because I was commenting away on this and how to set up lights. Did we get you sorted?
Oh my gosh. I'm the worst person in the world. I haven't read the comments yet. I need to, because I have had the worst migraine, literally, because I've just literally been like pretty much sitting at my tech cave in meetings or working all day, every day. And the lights are murderous on my eyes of photophobia, which is the sensitivity of light, not the fear of light, guys, even though it is terrifying. So no, but if you share some tips with me now, I am here, present, accounted for, and ready to listen.
Right. Well, I obviously, as you know, love a good background. And for me, I have to work extra hard when I'm lighting this one, because even though I love my bricks, it does cast a lot of light. And I am a bit like you. I don't like looking at, well, so that you don't like looking at it, but I don't like looking at lots of lights. And because of the time of day that I tend to come on video streams with my audience, it's normally, times like this or a little bit later in the day, which for me, it's very dark out. So I need to really light my room. So I use a brand called Neewer, Neewer. And I highly recommend it to anybody who's looking at lights. You can get their little fill lights. So I'm going to put one in there. It's the size. That's kind of the size of it. It's not very big at all. And they are fantastic. So you can literally set them off to either side of you. So for those of you at home who don't know this, I used to work in film. So I had to learn lighting and all of lighting. So you basically set your lights at either side of you here, bounce them at your background, and it will effectively create a lovely fill behind you. So you're actually lit up from behind. And then with Neewer as well, the other thing I recommend is one of the halo lights. And then you can just mount your camera like mine is directly in the middle here. And then you've got a lovely halo light that's putting light towards your face. And the reason I recommend them, Alex, is because you can dim them. So you can literally, I can bring the power down on mine. So there's my halo light going off. And I can make it quite yellow. So I can change all the different things depending on whether it's day, night, and all the rest of it. And I highly recommend it for anybody that is doing any form of video streaming, lighting, where you're going to need to, lift yourself up and look a little bit more professional. Then, yeah, this is my setup that I recommend.
So how ready to go is this? I mean, are you at the point where you can just come and flip the equivalent of flip a switch and just go?
Yeah. So
cool.
I have 3 stands. Now, because they're on tripods, what I tend to do, because I like to have lots of room to fling my arms around when I'm working and have puppy cuddles, because the pup tends to climb up for cuddles. So I just stack these at this corner of the room. And then as soon as I'm ready to go, it's a case of 1, 2, lift that one out. I have them all set at the perfect height. And then it's literally just a case of flick a switch. So that's what I do. And then if I need to, say, for example, if I'm recording in the morning, so tomorrow I need to record some videos for our membership launch. And when I'm doing that, I will make sure that I just need to adjust some of the colors on the lights to make sure that, it looks like I'm recording in the right light levels and things. Because obviously when you're recording at night, then typically you would be under a more yellow light. And obviously we want blue light if we're recording for daylight. So again, you can just adjust these, but it's just literally a case for me that I can pull them out, flip a switch, and everything is preset. So I can normally just kind of just arrive and go, which is my normal setup most of the time, is just rock up really quick for a meeting and go, ta-da!
Awesome.
That's exactly like perfect. And I am paying attention, trying to stuff my face with granola because I haven't had lunch yet. So enjoy this lovely picture of me as I sit here and ponder my very existence.
Ooh.
I need to ask you about this picture, Alex, because that is, every time I see this picture, I just think that doesn't look like Alex. That's not him.
Oh, no, not at all.
Mm-mm.
It's the angles.
That's what it's all about.
Hey, guys, I'm back.
You are back. Okay. So I have this picture for you, Lyndsey, that you requested.
Yes.
And apparently, I don't know if Alex has seen this yet, but since you requested, let's go ahead and throw it up on the screen. This is me in roughly 1979. I'm guessing here, so I would have been like 6, maybe. But this is something I did a lot. This happened a lot, and it's little wonder that I got beat up a lot as a kid. Because at this age, at 6, I was really into Kiss and the makeup, and I think I stole my mom's wig. Those were probably her sandals too. And of course, you cannot go without commenting on the sexy short shorts. that I'm sporting there. So that's what I had going on in 1979. Obviously, I had an audience of one who had the camera. And I remember that till Mach 1, too. That thing sounded like a scalded ape. So there you go. Glimpse into my childhood. Now you know what's wrong with me. Carry on.
Yeah, that is
That
totally
was the
not
coolest
the picture I
picture.
was on about.
Coolest picture I've ever seen, 100%. Okay, so real quick, I have just compared me. I'm just gonna zoom out here and see if I can recreate. No, I need to. So yeah, I should turn this way. So I need to
Yes,
bend
you do
over.
need to do that.
Hold on, one moment.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
never
I
mind. I'm
don't
gonna have
get
to
silent.
lower the
It's one of
camera,
those
or maybe
weird-
I'll have to lower this.
You don't look nearly pensive enough.
I'm not. It's because I'm in Alex mode, bro. When I'm in like thinking mode, I'm good.
Mm.
I just figured it was one of those pictures that you'd swiped off the internet, that this wasn't you really.
No, dog, that's actually me. Hold on. I will show you. I got proof. Here is the vest that I wore in the picture.
Ooh. Okay.
So,
It's
yes,
a
it was
vest.
actually me. It is the
I'm
Yeah,
not
vest.
convinced yet.
It's the only vest I own. That's the only thing you're gonna get. I can show you the shirts. I think the sleeves are still probably rolled from where I wore it. I'm not gonna lie. Actually, hold on.
I think we
let's
all
just
need to see the
play.
pose.
Let's see how
As he's
Alex
dragging
is.
things out of his closet.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I told you guys. See, these are rolled. You want to know why these babies are rolled? Can't get a perfect cuff like that and let it go to waste. No, I'll save that one for next time. I need to look nice. It's the first
Jeff
time
finally
I've
found us.
in forever. So we just got the.
No,
No,
no.
I
No.
think it's the hair too. I had
That's
shorter
the thinker.
hair.
Like,
Yeah. Alex is like, I don't even know. I need something. But it's like the only thing. Actually, I can show you guys one that'll probably work a lot better. I'll just go through my photo vault here.
Mhm.
Because this
Really
is the thing,
not.
the pictures that we have online, I know
Mhm.
for me, I always try and use one that actually looks like me. But there's a lot of people out there, particularly in the networking, that just don't use pictures that look like them. Have you noticed? Is this just me that gets frustrated?
No,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's me
absolutely.
too, and that's why I started to do it. I'm like, wait, if you guys all look awesome online, I want to too. That's why I have emojis in my name now. I'm like actually official on LinkedIn. No worries.
Yeah, I used to have a fantastic one that was taken way back when I opened my first store. And it was gorgeous, but it was black and white. And I'd used it to death for about 6 years. And I hired a headshot photographer, and she's like, "Oh yeah, we'll take some shots, we'll take some shots and some photos." And they're gorgeous. But I sat the other day and realized that I probably use the same, out of the 5 shots that I have, I probably use the same 2 on everything, to the point where I'm thinking, yeah, we need to get quarantine over so I can get some new headshots, because I like to look like me online. It's one of those things that, yeah, this is me.
Mhm. Have you ever met a client or somebody who, when you get them on Zoom, they're like 15 years older than their picture, and you're just like,
What about 15 years younger? That happens a
Yeah,
lot
either
with me.
way, and they're like, yeah, I just had that taken last week, and like, okay,
So whatever helps you sleep at night.
it's just it amazes me, but I like to stay current. I'm okay with my age.
This is the
I'm like
thing, and this
Fred.
is what I don't get. For me, as part of my brand and my marketing, I like to, like I said, I like to look like me, so that when I rock up on a Zoom call, I look like this. I normally have the same couple of outfits that I would have for a Zoom call, so that I keep on brand. I have everything so that you kind of know what you're getting when you hop on a call. And my biggest frustration is when you hop on a Zoom call with somebody and they've got no background, it's really badly lit. They definitely do not look like their photo, and you're kind of looking at them. And I think the reason why it frustrates me is because I look at them and think, did I click the right Zoom meeting link? Does anybody else do this? You're kind of like, did I click the right link there? Did I just completely randomly call somebody else, or randomly start a meeting with somebody else? Do you guys get that?
No, normally because I actually have no idea what the person I'm meeting with looks like. I just hope that they're not a black box with a name saying they're on an iPhone. But I guess there are 2 types of approaches. Some people prepare, some people prepare to not be prepared.
It's called being open to anything.
There you go.
That is very true. I just
Dynamic.
I'm normally having too many blonde moments to be open to anything. I normally kind of go, what? Like the other day, I was meant to call a client, and fortunately, the client that I was meant to call was a no-show because I didn't call them. I called the person that I was supposed to have a meeting with a couple of hours before who'd rearranged. And I got my wires completely crossed. And I called them and I was like, oh, shit. But you know how you're staying professional? So you keep having the conversation.
Right.
Neither of us acknowledged my faux pas. But it's just like, okay. And I have lots of blonde moments like that. So for me, I have to have everything on brand. It's literally as a case of walk in the door, sit in my seats, press play, and off we go. Because if I don't, I think I'd struggle. And I think my audience would struggle as well, because I definitely, you bring a certain energy, don't you? When you sit in your chair and you know that you're going to live stream, you're going to do a video, you're going to do a Zoom, you bring a different energy to what you would if you were just, you know, the cameras were off, Alex, and you're just sitting eating granola.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty on brand eating granola or not. You can ask Lee. Like, yeah, I don't really change much. I have a hard time maintaining this. I'm not going to give it up. I'm just as crazy as I seem, if not more.
Oh, we all are. I really like this. Just what you see, what you get is what you get mentality. I mean, what you give up in breadth, you gain in depth. And that was one of the scariest things for me when I really started stepping out there, was that, like, knowing that my audience was going to go from here to here. And I had to be okay with that, because here, if you do it right, is more than enough. Yeah. And so it was really hard to let go of that idea of, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to alienate people, because the people who stay really dig what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. Like, they gotta really dig what you're doing. I had somebody tell me, they're like, your clients must really, really like you, Alex. And I'm like, oh yeah, they do. They know what they're getting into.
Exactly. Like, you know,
but that's the thing, isn't it? It's that relationship that you build up, because you are you, and you are your brand effectively. I think we're all like that. I think anybody who's doing good business on LinkedIn, because you are being authentic and you're being yourself, you do attract just that very narrow stream of clients, but a very narrow stream that is perpetual, and that is, you know, that they just adore you for being you, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. I don't understand it, but works for me.
Yeah, it's definitely one for me. Like I say, I do try and control my blonde moments. Although if anybody sees me live stream on any other platform, I do tend to have more blonde moments.
And that's all right.
It's okay.
That's why we like you. So I'm fielding messages behind the scenes from people who are having trouble finding the stream on one platform or another. So, like, this is something we're really going to have to talk about. You know, the future of BowtieUP Live and what the heck we're going to do, because LinkedIn's derping and apparently Facebook's derping, and there's just a whole derpathon going on here, and we're not even able to do anything about it. So
you guys want to see some magic? Hold up.
Oh my God, we're going to unleash the Alex.
Oh yeah, man. You guys just carry on. I'm doing some behind the scenes tech stuff that I promise will be worth it.
I think I think his granola just kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, guys. Like, that's what happens. That's why I had to take that break. Like, I had to energy back up. Like, I'm like a bunny. You just got to wind me up, and I'll go for a while, and then I start to wound up. Just give me an energy drink or, like, granola bar or something. I'm just zoom.
This is the thing he doesn't tell you is the Red Bull and granola bar is kind of the same thing as the Fanta and Mentos sort of thing. It just, you can shake it up a little bit. It just takes a little while, but he's about ready to go. So what you got for us? Oh, you're still working on what you got.
Well, yeah, I'm still working on it. Very technical stuff I have to do on the fly, so forgive me if it's not perfect right away. But what I'm trying to do is make it a lot easier for people to get this stream and greatly reduce the number of destinations that we have. I'll just roll through like a literal live alpha test, so no worries.
Cool.
And in the meantime, JD, I completely 110% agree. He does look like a young John Belushi. You're right. I saw that. I zoomed the screen in then, Alex, so I could see that comment you were trying to hide there.
Which one?
The comment from JD.
The one from Jeff. Hold up, I got you guys. We don't want to be missing any comments over here. You don't need to see as much as me. You can smaller Alex, bigger comments. There we go. Transparency. I don't know who John Belushi is, but I'm going to take that as a compliment, Jeff.
It is a good compliment. I would have let Jeff explain a little bit of his filmography, because I'm terrible at actually being able to name films. I can see actors' faces and go, yeah, that's so-so. Film. So I
Was
like
that
Jeff
Animal
Loeb
House?
films.
Was that Animal House? Was that Jim or John?
We're on about John
Animal
Belushi.
House. No, the movie
I've got
Animal
no
House,
idea.
like 1970. Somebody help me out here.
Unless they're an actor I've got a crush on, I couldn't tell you, like, what they're in.
Okay.
I was one of those people that when I was doing my degree and all of the rest of the people around me were geeking out about who was in what and who directed what, I would just be able to tell you the scene and how the scene was put together and the way it was edited. I couldn't tell you who directed it, who made it, who starred in it, or even when it was released. I could tell you the certification number though.
Can you tell cinematography styles?
Yeah. I have a bit of a thing. My daughter actually does not like watching TV or films with me because she's at the age where she's now starting to watch more complex stuff. And because she keeps saying, I don't understand it, I sit and start decoding it for her. And she doesn't like it. She gets quite frustrated. So, yeah. Cinematography and how it's structured is kind of, that was my entire first degree. So I tend to get a little bit geeky.
And just for the record, Animal House, 1978, starring John Belushi.
Can you put a picture up so Alex, we can compare for everybody who's just watching and
Yeah,
waiting?
let's do that. Yeah,
Because I think today's episode is a bit chill here. It's a little bit relaxed.
That's
It's
what
not
we've
the
been doing
usual
this week.
hardcore
Yeah,
business.
we kind of whiffed on an actual plan for this thing this week, so it's all right.
The plan is Lee is moving, so
It is.
Lee is
Lee and Carla are relocating. Granted, it's like 7 minutes down the road, but it for some reason seems to be taking up an inordinate amount of our time.
Yeah,
It doesn't
who
matter
was
how
that?
far you're moving, it's the amount of things you've got to move.
Yeah, especially when you've accumulated 15 years worth of crap.
I'm going to be like that when the lockdown finishes here in the UK and my cleaner can eventually come back because I only kind of declutter for when the cleaner's coming. So the house is clean, but it's cluttered and I need to go declutter everything.
You clean for the cleaners, is that what you're telling me?
No, I declutter for the cleaner so she can do her job.
Same potato.
If I was cleaning, I'd have to get cleaning solution out. That's what she does.
Okay, fair enough.
She's very good.
Since that's not really a great shot of John Belushi. Okay, so this is John Belushi.
This one in the middle here, number 4 on that
Number
top
4.
row, looks very Alex.
Oh, right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Is this name that John?
It is.
I picked John number 4.
I'll take John number 4, and does it look like Alex?
I can do the hair, the wave. I can definitely do how it kind of like cuts in and out. Faux show. Animal House. Now
See,
I want to look.
John Belushi that I was thinking of, JD. This the Blues Brothers one there, and I was thinking, how do I explain that one to Alex?
I like the fedora and glasses look. It's very overweight Men in Black.
Oh,
that's,
You know, seen
yeah,
this
there we
film.
go. The sideburns.
This should
I
be
don't
a
know if I could
rule that
grow
everybody
those,
has to
honestly.
watch Blues Brothers at least once in their life.
Okay, so we know what we're doing. You have your marching orders, okay?
If only it was March.
No, we'd still be at the beginning of lockdown. We want it to be finished.
I'm cool with lockdown. Nothing new.
I'm bored now. I'm getting bored.
I have accomplished so much like technological stuff during this lockdown. It is actually ridiculous.
See, to me, it's nothing unusual because it's like my normal life. Because I work, school run, work, talk to friends online. It's kind of like feels like normal, but I'm getting bored that I can't go out and do like the random things that I would normally do. Because we're now at the phase where in the UK we call it stay alert. I don't know what we're going to do if we see a virus walking down the street, but we have to stay alert for one like peeping out from behind the bushes and things.
They do that.
You guys are doing it better than us. We're just straight trying to like open as fast as we can. No regard for safety.
What is going on with you guys over the pond there? Because I see people saying they're taking their dogs to the groomers. They're kind of like going for drives to the beach, and it's just like, are you guys open for business? Do I need to start booking my flights again?
No, don't book your flights. Do not come here. I wish I could go there, but we're not allowed to leave.
Okay, so counterpoint on that, unfortunately. So Alex, so what about the notion that an airplane is actually one of the safest public places to be because of the way that the air circulation is sectioned as it's transported in and out of the plane? In other
All right,
words, they're
let's
meant
go
to
hibernate on airplanes, bro. I'm
Well, I
for
mean,
it.
everywhere else you're screwed. As soon as you land, you're screwed. But
All right,
while you're in
so-
the air, you're a-okay.
How are we gonna like get to the? How do you fill up the tank of an airplane? Like, can I just climb on the wings as we're going and like open a hatch or something so we can continuously like fly around and stay okay?
I say
Oh
you
my
give it a
gosh.
try.
There is a Netflix show about this. It's called Into the Night, and I just watched it last week. You need to watch it, Alex, when you get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It takes 5 minutes.
No, it'll take you 5 minutes to kind of work through your to-do list and go, I've still got loads to do, but I'm going to watch it anyway.
Wait, rebirth John to Alex Jody. Okay, Nishant, man, you're gonna have to clue me in because I'm like 30% paying attention. So you're talking about your podcast, your relationship style podcast. Rebirth, I mean Phoenix style dog. Lee is the godfather of that. Let's look at these. Lee, you need to start singing in 3-part harmony. Everybody
need to do that again?
threw in John
Okay.
Belushi or whatever his name is.
All right.
Recreate the zit scene. That would make a good live video. I don't know what that is, but okay. I'm down.
Let's us
No.
three sing a duet. Okay.
Well, there's your 3. No, I didn't do that.
See 3-part harmony.
Yeah, it's god awful without.
I think
that.
it's a hashtag 3-part Harma. Lee.
Yeah, Harmony.
Well, I
I
think, guys, if we're going to recreate a scene, I definitely think we need to kind of get Alex a fedora and some dark glasses and a little kind of the black blazer and a little tie. He can probably wear that shirt he's just been showing us. And then, we can get him to do that. I'm on a mission from God type scene. That would be way cooler.
I'll totally do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
y'all
like the
have
best
seen-
scene of the movie. Every time I see the word mission, I see that kind of just section of the film run through my head, promptly followed by the Mission Impossible theme tune. So it does
which
not
I'll
go
have
together.
to do, of course, tomorrow. Yeah.
You need the Mission Impossible theme tune, and we need to get Alex for the Blues Brothers.
Oh, I'm okay. I'm so down. Do I have to be blue or like sing the blues, like Curtis Lowe style, or
Hang
what am I
on.
getting into here?
I'm gonna.
Lee's
duck out
gonna.
for a second. I've got some
basically.
props. Hang on. So I'm going to duck out here for just a second and let you take over.
Me, I'm not even looking at the actual stream right now. I'm digging
I'll
through
talk to
matrices
everybody
trying to
then.
find stream credentials.
I'm sure, guys, this is just why the boys brought me on, just so that I would fill the dead space between them fiddling with technology. Because I'll talk to you guys.
Oh, I can actually with this whole like the reason why I'm doing NDI and stuff is that I can literally put my screen on my screen, if that makes sense to any of you who are slightly more technical inclined. So I can just play videos and stuff. Like I could stream Minecraft while we're doing this, and I can network sources so we could just like look at somebody work, just do random things. You can just make anything.
So is that what you're doing? You've just kind of like you're just sitting playing Minecraft while we all talk? That's what you're
No,
doing with granola?
I wish. You would. Well, actually, I couldn't because I would be using a controller. But if I was using my keyboard, I wouldn't be able to use it on my Xbox and my PC. So you do have a guarantee I'm not playing Minecraft at this moment. However, Gears of War Tactics, my computer can run in 4K, and I'm thinking about streaming that at 4K and see how far I can push it.
The one
But I
thing
won't be
I've
doing
not
that during the
played
stream.
that I really should is The Witcher. Now, my guys, my designers are out in Poland, and they're gorgeous people. And being the little geeks that we are, we started talking about things that they do and different things. And they sent me a link to play The Witcher, and I was like, oh, really excited. Never played it before, but okay. The problem was everything they sent me was in Polish. And I've discovered that I'm not too bad at just kind of guesstimating what roughly that might say. When you go on holiday and you're kind of like, is that really, what's that say? I'll take a guess. That means I'm supposed to do this. And yeah, if you can and you can play The Witcher, it's fantastic.
Witcher 3, right?
Mhm.
So I love The Witcher 3. That is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful game. I think I'm so addicted to Gwent from that out of everything. Like that was my absolute favorite. Is I just went around playing Gwent against everybody that I could find, and eventually you run out, and there's like a tournament that you get to do, and I got a kick out of that almost more than slaying monsters. So it's like I also love just kind of how like video games appeal to everybody. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about The Witcher, and the appeal is not like, you know, you can get into video games because you're this hardcore competitive player who just wants to be at the pinnacle of performance in esports, or you can just be a homeboy who wants to play The Witcher because I saw it on TV and thought it was cool. And like that, you know, kind of unifies us all and allows us to create a diversity of experiences and meanings from the same thing. It's cool.
That is very true. Although the best game in the world is still the original Sid Meier's Civilization. Just putting it out there for any old school tech geeks.
You know, the oldest Civ I've played was Civ 3, although I did grow up on a Windows 95 PC, so.
Well, I did, but the original version, which is at, was that 92, 93? I grew up playing that, and it was fantastic.
It wouldn't work. It would be cultural appropriation.
So here we go. I've got this for Alex. You think? What do you think here?
Oh, you guys want me to? You know what we can do? I can totally open the bow tie that I haven't opened yet.
Oh, we're gonna do that, huh?
I can just do an opening live, and then we can do the fedora too, because I've got ties as well. So it's just be like, what day is Alex gonna be wearing what? I don't know. I have a vote on what T-shirt I wear contest, but I will go get my package because I think it's right over here.
Right on.
Are we having a dress up Alex day?
Pretty much, guys. How is it that I get suckered into this? I don't know. But we just got a letter.
Yeah, I don't have the Doris on.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
You look like you need your like magical assistant there just handing it in.
Oh yeah, I need mailbox to come and deliver it to me. I have a 10-month-old son, 11-month-old son. He's been watching Blue's Clues on the repeat. Please forgive me for the
Understood. Been there.
But yeah, so this is the right package, right? Yep, it is from Rowley. Okay, so I'll open this baby up, and that way I don't have to record an unboxing video. You guys know I did it live. You verified that it was sealed. I ripped the seal, and then we've got something. You know what it is. Mr. Rowley's very first bow tie to bow tie. And it's not a clip-on, which means that I am completely lost what to do with this.
Oh,
but it looks really pretty, and I'm sure I can hang it over a hanger. Actually, I don't really even know how to store bow ties. I'm gonna be honest. How do you organize your bow ties? I've had a tie sorter, but never a bow tie sorter.
You know, they're all lazily
speechless.
Draped over a fuzzy hanger. You know, like the women's hangers that have the fuzzy stuff on them, so the dresses look like. Yeah, they also keep.
What the fuck? Why didn't they tell us about that? I've been putting my stuff on regular hangers for so long.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so I have one of those, and I've got about 50 some odd bow ties draped over it, and you know, that's it.
That's a lot of bow ties. You could literally wear a different tie. We can number all of the ties 1 to 50, and just talk about what tie you're wearing on what show. And this is Lee in tie number 24.
Now that would make a good thing. You could literally have them in a different tie every day of the week, and it would go like what? At least 6 weeks, wouldn't it?
50 ties, 5 days a week, 10 weeks.
10 weeks, yeah.
We're doing math again. That's every time I step off camera, you take the role, take the lead and start doing math.
Well, that's why I was letting Alex work the math out, because I was just thinking, well, I'm not sure how many days a week he's streaming now, because he kind of like he disappears off camera. He might be away for an episode.
Yeah, no, I feel like Lee's the only one that's been consistent. I feel like I have been leaving you hanging out to dry recently.
Yeah, speaking of things, so here's the hanger. This is literally what I've got going on here and what I have to choose from today. So we've got our florals, we've got our geometrics, we got our polka dots, we got the one that Chris Angel himself complimented this tie. Yep, we got some round stuff. We've got some frilly stuff. We've got stuff to make me look like a clown.
Do we have one that Alex could use to kind of do the whole Blues Brothers thing?
I have one, and it's like purple and gray too. That's like
you need a black one for the Blues Brothers. It doesn't work. Oh. It's not a black one.
What? Oh, yeah, I have a black tie.
Mickey Mouse tie.
Yeah. I'm just thinking we should dress Lee up and make Lee do this to do it, and then you can kind of like do it like next time.
Okay, dude.
We can kind of get the whole thing going on because it's amazing.
Well, I went through this long strain of hat thing, I was like, it was a testing ground. I think let's see. This is like the first one, and I don't know what I was thinking here. Yeah.
Oh, Walter White look?
The Walter White look. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
first of all, good luck putting it, it just doesn't work, right? And same thing with a lot of these wrestling. There was
Mysterious, though.
this. Yeah. I had a bow
I'm
tie
loving
that
how
matched-
you guys are playing dress up here.
Yeah. What? Yeah. So I wore this on a cruise.
Did you
and
get it
got
on?
some looks for some reason, yeah, with a matching bow tie. Really did. Okay. And so here's the one I'm thinking that
Yeah.
Ooh.
this is brown and not black, but it's definitely a very Alex sort of swagger sort of hat, faux leather and all that good stuff. So that's what I'm thinking here is that that sort of hat's exactly. Oh, here's one in black. Look at that. Yeah. When you say I wear a lot of hats, it really Oh, that was terrible, wasn't it?
I think JD might be regretting his comparison to John Belushi now. And the fact that we're completely going off on
Hey.
You started it, Jeff. It's all your fault.
But anyway, I finally decided that since my head shaped roughly like ET's, that the old golf cap would be just as well as anything else. So all these other hats I'm going to ship off to you, and then you can, wow the world with them.
I gotta say, hats off to you, Lee.
Hats off to you, Boo. Okay.
Yes,
well,
guys, it was Blue's Clues. It was a Blue's Clues reference. You got the We Just Got a Letter. That's not the first time that I've done that, or in the last couple of months. But
welcome back from that rabbit hole.
rabbit hole, it's on my screen.
What?
It's a very, very important part of our
the
architecture.
comments, the important bit.
Oh yeah.
I feel like we maybe need to run through some comments and just say hi.
Oh yeah, we've been getting awesome comments, and I've been very, very distracted, so I haven't even scrolled through them. So, oh no, I clicked on the wrong thing. This is just a tragedy. Hats for bats, says Kevin. Okay, I don't know what we're gonna do with bats. Elton John. What are we doing with Elton John, Justin?
We need some giant sunglasses. That would top it off. Lee with his bow tie, the hat, some giant love heart sunglasses, or maybe ones with little flamingos on. I'm sure Carla will probably have some to hand. Carla, we need them. We can dress Lee up in all sorts of ways. It'll work fine.
Oh no, whatever.
For what Lee should wear on the show.
Well, considering some of the things I've done in the past, like when I filled in for Miley Cyrus on her video Wrecking Ball, it's right there we go. There's really not much I won't do. You brought it back.
I did. I think this is one of my favorites, though. The ducks. Duck
ducks?
worship. All the ducks. Okay, so that's all the fun things you have uploaded. Rolling back. So, Kevin, you made Major League the movie. I think that's one of the few movies that I've actually seen. So, hats off to you. Hannah says, why is the comments in the middle of the screen for not resolution, scaling, placing,
Mostly to entertain us.
overlay? Really,
Maybe because Alex was too busy eating granola, then he got a supercharge, put them on the screen, and then kind of just left them there.
Oh yeah. I went on a quest for a while. Ended up being unsuccessful. I have no idea where I stored my stream credentials, so I can't connect to my stream server to facilitate it right now. But don't look at me.
Okay.
It's all good.
So, Lyndsey, have you seen The Midnight Gospel yet?
No, I'm
Netflix.
actually at the point that my Netflix is now suggesting Asian stuff, and I think Netflix may be broken, and I may have watched everything.
It's entirely possible. That is, I think it's a 6 or 7 episode series, definitely bingeable, and it's ineffable. It's something you just have to go check out, and then you get sucked into it. And 7 episodes later, you go, "Darn you, Lee! Why'd you do that to me?"
I could do with some things like that. If anybody knows of stuff like that, can they put it in the comments? Because I'm literally at the point where I've run out of things to watch.
Have you seen Blacklist? I love Blacklist. It's probably one of the few shows that I actually will like. I have an NBC trial just to watch it. I also have infinite email addresses too because of how many domains I own. So, kind of trials aren't really a thing to me.
You can tell we've all got too much crap going on. We're sitting around talking about TV.
Yeah, I know.
Well, this is
How
the
do you-
thing, because we've all been working that hard recently, haven't we? That everyone's kind of meeting themselves coming back. And I think it's important that we just take some chill time and kind of just say, right, what are we going to be watching?
You know
I
I'm
sat and
still
put
working.
Last Kingdom on the other day while I was busy working on the longest content creation spree that I've had in ages. And I binged the entire thing in a day and then promptly regretted it because I was like, oh, he's so good. It's such a good show. And now I've got nothing to watch. So, need some suggestions, guys.
TV. I literally the only thing I have is Blacklist.
I don't know, Carla. What are you watching? If you're still listening to this, what do you got going on these days? I haven't. There's a couple of things that she's had on, but I'm in the middle. I come in the middle and I'll watch 5 minutes of something, and then I'll go do something else and come back 45 minutes later and pick up another few minutes. So I don't really actually actively sit down and watch anything plot driven. Oh, look at that! You are just showing off now.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm literally trying to. I'm about to show off. That wasn't it. I didn't mean to do that.
You've
Hold
been
on.
trying to show off all since we started.
Yeah,
You
you're
started
welcome to show off. I'm
today.
totally cool with that. I just wanted to. See, there it goes again.
Way back in.
Oh, clever.
Things for. I did not mean to make this that big. I'm playing with tech things. See.
He did.
I am just making myself little gifts that go under me so that you guys have something encouraging to look at as I
I'm encouraged.
go through day-to-day life. Yeah, just trying to brand my little box that I've got to myself up here.
I was gonna say you really put yourself in a little tiny box up there, haven't you?
I did put myself in a tiny box and I surrounded myself with all my favorite things. The LinkedIn comments, my favorite people, and then businesses.
Dead to me. Yes, who just said that one? Who did I miss there? That said dead to me on that one.
That was Carla.
Carla, yes, I enjoyed that.
The show.
And you, I've seen that. I've had that on and binged it while I was working.
Ooh, we have great comments. Okay.
Great.
So Justin says ugly
I keep
delicious.
zooming in. I'm trying to read them over the camera.
Shites? I don't freaking know.
Schitt's Creek. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my to watch list.
Watch Altered Carbon. Altered Carbon is great.
Yes. But here's the thing, Justin. Was that Justin?
That is.
How did you get on watching season 2? Because I tried this and I'm one of those Altered Carbon you have to work at watching. It's such a bloody effort.
Did you watch the first one? The first season?
Yeah, I watched the entire first season, but I struggled getting into the second.
Forget everything you learned in the first season going into season 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to work at it again then, really.
It is literally just completely different. And Justin, chime in here, man. Sure. But that's the impression I got. Season 2, I was okay with literally just cutting out at the last episode. I didn't even care at that point. I was it was going in one direction. You guys make no real sense. I loved the actor that played Kovacs. And I just feel for a Netflix live adaptation, maybe they weren't targeting the right audience. They just took a weird direction, y'all. But
yeah, it was a bit weird, but it was a cool idea.
Fascinating idea. For sure.
Absolutely.
What else have we got in there?
Westworld was the same way. I really enjoyed season 1 of Westworld. 2 kind of went, what? And then Carla said she tried to start watching season 3, and it was just so far off. She thought she was going to get caught in Lost World. I think she's still mad about Lost. I know I am.
I never watched
Have you watched Island? Have you watched that one yet? That's quite a cool one.
Not familiar.
If you like Lost, Island's quite cool. I'm not going to spoil it for you because I always end up telling people the spoilers. Island is a good one, and iZombie as well.
Yes, I second that.
Yeah, I liked that because you never quite knew what direction that was going in. It was always a little bit.
Have you seen Monk, Lyndsey? It's
no.
Oh my gosh. Okay, Monk is I think my favorite show ever.
Oh, okay.
It's on Amazon Prime Video, I believe. But Monk is about this OCD detective. So he's just a super big germaphobe. Every time he shakes hands with somebody or touches something, he needs a wipe. So he always has an assistant with him that takes care of him and helps him do basic things. And he's this brilliant, incredible detective, but he's held back by his compulsions. And it's interesting to see kind of it like goes over and it touches in a really real way. It's like some heavy topics, you know, like just the mental illness and like just disadvantaging yourself because of past events, working through
Okay.
your issues, long term, you know, therapy and growth and how what that journey looks like from somebody to truly being stuck in a rut of I have nothing, I'm literally effectively dead in the water, to being able to somewhat function and how that builds and how, you know, building relationships is impacted. It's a beautiful, beautiful show. Loved it to death. Still one of my
Okay.
favorites. I'll like watch on repeat. But it's like got I don't even know how many seasons, maybe 9 of them. So it's a cool like kind of chill show that you can just put on. You can pick it up wherever. The characters are lovable. Like it's a nice little murder mystery. Like it's just funky. You know, like I love it. So it's
I
casual.
will have to check that out. So it's called Monk.
Monk. Yep. MONK. And
Okay, I'm
Sophie
going to
Lopez is the actor that plays him, and I only know that because I literally watched it so many times. That's the only one I know, though. So
I watched a fantastic one a while back, and I'm just racking my brains trying to think of the name of it as we were talking. You guys might be able to tell me who it is. So the guy out of Law and Order SVU, you know, the one that used to play opposite Olivia, it's him, and there's kind of like a blue rabbit that follows him around.
Called
So it's
Happy.
kind of like SVU meets Who Killed Roger Rabbit, that type of thing. And it's just one you can put on in the background, but it's a little bit wacky, and you're kind of like, okay, I can dig this.
The show's called Happy, and if you give me
Yes!
just a second to come up with the actor name, because Chris Maloney,
Yes,
Christopher Maloney was the guy's name.
that is
I
a
watched a
good
couple
one to watch. I
episodes
highly
of it.
recommend that.
not
Yeah,
many do that.
Yeah. I dug Atypical for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of the same reasons you're talking about, Monk, Alex. Atypical follows the life of a teenager with autism, and like, you know, I found that, you know, I've never been diagnosed with autism, but I found that in lots of different ways I related to that character going through the series.
Right.
So I found it very interesting. It, like, you know, how it showed the difficulties of navigating everyday life with a lot of, you know, cheese thrown in too, because, you know, it has to be entertaining. But I thought that really for the weight of the subject it tackled, it did a really good job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that. I tell you who I'm looking forward to coming out again on a new series, and they are doing a second series. It does say this. Mindhunter. Have you guys watched that yet? No?
What is that?
It is it's kind of like the dramatization of the guys who pioneered like the psychology and the behavior characteristics and profiles serial killers. So it's not a documentary like some of those dodgy Netflix ones. It's a dramatization. It's a slow burner, but it's really good because you can just put it on and dip in and out of it, and it's just like, oh, okay. Because I like to do that when I'm working and I'm working on stuff that doesn't require me to be using all my brain. I like to have just some background noise. I can kind of go, okay, I've watched something. I could maybe go and have dinner with friends and be able to talk about something at least.
Yeah.
Even if it's like for like 2
Your
minutes.
friends don't like to talk about business.
Quite
sit in a
tell
restaurant
me
and
I'm not
talk
allowed to talk business anymore.
Cogs and, you know, who they're ordering from, if they're using Presto. I've asked the employees about NCR before. Like I love being curious about shit. Like I guess that's why I don't really have any friends that I go out with. None of them are little entrepreneurs either. But
Well, precisely, this is the thing. Like I used to go out, and I would always end up talking about business at some point because it fascinates me. It
yeah,
just
it's passion, you know?
yeah. And so many people started saying to me, "You only ever talk about it, or every conversation goes back to it." And it's like, no, it doesn't. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start watching Netflix and putting it in the background, so I've got something normal to talk about that is not business related. Because otherwise, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of run out of things to say to these people that are employees and
Oh, yeah,
being
dude.
shit
I just
to other people. I'm
kinda
like, what do you do?
silently, and I'm like, yeah, you have anything to talk about? No? Okay. No, I don't watch TV.
Yeah.
No, I don't have time for that.
It's like
Yeah,
talking to
have
a
a great
potato.
day. Bye. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I love people, man. I love people. But when you hold yourself to this like brutal standard of just pushing yourself forward at all costs, like you just lose interest in people who are unmotivated. You know, you hear something like, I sat on the couch for two weeks and binged all these seasons. And I'm like, you freaking kidding me, dude? Do you know how much you could have accomplished like that? You could have started a whole ass business and landed a client in that time. You could have mailbox money coming in. Don't tell me I don't know. That's like, and that's just like, that's the thing that, it's not like I have anything against anyone who's not an entrepreneur. Clearly it is not, like, for a lot of people. It just happens to be my passion. I really enjoy it, and I love being surrounded by people who enjoy it as well, because you got this unique synergy and you don't have to hold yourself back on account of other people.
It's hard work, isn't it, trying to have a conversation like in a social setting with people that are not into entrepreneurship and business, because you're kind of having to dial it back, and you're like, oh my God, what do normal people talk about? What are these employed people talk about? What can I say that's not kind of super geeky? Like, I've got,
even listening to your friends vent. Oh, I'm so mad about my manager assigning me this. I shouldn't be doing it. Okay, well, upskill yourself. You said that's an Excel report. I'd recommend taking a course on Excel functions, and then you can look at the optimization and analysis of that report to identify process optimization opportunities. You report that to your manager. You give them easy examples on the ROI and the cost and the value and of the position basically that you're creating, and you're going to end up making your own position within about a year and a half. And they just look at you like, I just wanted to say my manager's mean, man. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. This is the people that always have the yeah, but though.
Oh yeah.
And that's fine.
I thought about
like,
doing that a while back. I thought about having a tech company too. I just decided, I didn't want to do it. It wasn't the time. Yeah. Always those like some reason or another. The I can'ts. I would, but and you're like, yeah,
I would, but
I've got a guy coming in my inbox, and I lovely guy, chat away with him. He's slowly coming into the world of entrepreneurship. I'm slowly twisting his mind to the dark side that is our world. And he talks to me, he's like, oh, I've just watched this on TV. What are you watching on TV? And I'm just like, I'm working.
Yeah. What do you mean watching
I'm trying
on
to
TV?
explain, like, oh, I've just finished creating this funnel. I've just created these pages. I've just created a lead magnet. And it's kind of like having to have those conversations and dial it back and kind of having to go back over things. Like with my daughter, she's just got into entrepreneurship, and I'm teaching her because I really can't be bothered with homeschooling. And her school goes back and starts online education in like a month and a bit. And I thought, oh, what can I do? So I'm homeschooling her in entrepreneurship. I'm making her do the OFA challenge. I'm making her create. She's writing a little ebook.
Okay.
And it's like, okay. And it's just like, okay, now we can talk about things, because I can't compare to you talking about TV, because I will put stuff on in the background. And that's probably why Netflix, I probably feel like I've broken it, because I run out of stuff, because it's just like, it's in the background. I don't know who's in it, because I can just tell you what like little bits that I zoned in on, and when I was kind of like sampling whether it was good or not.
It's kind of like why Ultra Carbon Season 2 wouldn't work for you, because it's just like, if I have to pay attention to everything that's said and introduced and all this shit, it's just taxing. Like I'm not paying attention to this TV show, unfortunately. And yeah, I completely. Is it sad that during that conversation, the only thing that came to mind was you were like, oh, I'm getting my daughter into entrepreneurship. I'm having her do the OFA challenge. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, man. That's so exciting. But have you like thought about, maybe how do you encourage and foster that creativity? Because the only thing that I have against funnels, effective marketing strategy, brilliant ideas, respect the hell out of them, and shit, I'll build them myself. But the one thing that I feel like can come out of that is maybe we're saying you might have a reduced creative vision for websites, and you might have a reduced creative vision for what's possible when you introduce, at least from what I've seen, like the only thing that I'm passionate about technology with, and people always tell me I make things more complicated than I should. Yeah, you're right. I do. I enjoy solving problems. It's just how I am. But at the end of the day, technology as a whole is just created by people to solve a problem. And it's created by people to facilitate the transmutation of data. And when there's a limit, imposed on the data that you can get or manipulate, or something you can do with it, such as the ClickFunnels builders or the WordPresses of the world, the Wixes of the world, the Weebly's, the Squarespaces, like in my opinion, like true creativity starts with possibility, not, templates, not this, almost formula, like that mathematic approach to success works because it's math. I mean, if I spend $1 million in ad revenue and my cost per click is at a maximum of, let's say, $125, which is freaking outrageous, and you fire that asshole if it is. But my cost per click is $125. I'm spending $12,500 a month, yada yada yada. Like, yeah, dude, of course, you get the right math, you can make anything work, but that doesn't mean you're gonna make a difference. And I feel like the difference is difference. The difference is how
It's
we
soft
encourage and
metrics.
inspire that, yeah, and how we foster creativity. I've just been really on a soapbox about education lately too, and how we're
Well,
really
no, it's
screwing
100%
with that.
right. And you see people, if you hang around in the ClickFunnels group, geez, these guys are just like, they drive me nuts because they talk about all the hard metrics. It's like, okay, but what about the soft stuff as well? It doesn't have to be
Right.
these hard metrics. It doesn't have to be this rigid structure. Like if I go to do a funnel, I can guarantee you I will spend some time playing in Photoshop just to have that creative play. And then
Mhm.
I'll go off and dive down my little rabbit holes of what could we do here? How could we make this an experience? How can we create? And that's the thing. Like, so for my daughter, I went to ClickFunnels Funnel Hacking Live this year, and it was great. I kind of warned everybody in advance of, okay, there's going to be a lot of assholes here because
yeah.
these guys are going to be really pretentious and stuck up, and I was fully prepared to be at an event with all those guys and those types of people that we see hanging out like the ClickFunnels group. And I said, okay. And I got there, and there was a couple of guys like that, but there was some really amazing, genuine people. And it's like, okay, when you strip back all the kind of assholes and those really hardcore look at me egostisticals, underneath is a really good subcurrent of amazing people. And they were the people that I met at Funnel Hacking Live. And I was like, okay, this is cool. And my daughter wanted to come out with me to Nashville because she's into country music too. She's like, oh, I want to go see Carrie Underwood and Taylor Swift. And she really liked the idea of the hotel had a water park. And I told her last year that you can either come and intern for me all summer, in which case you can come, or you can ignore me, play on computer games and watch TV and do all of, kiddie stuff really, and not come. And she chose to not come because she decided that working for mum might not be quite so much fun. And, I think she thought I was going to let her come with. So what I did was, after I booked the hotel and I started kind of showing her the water park and all of these things, I pointed out that I was making her stay in England at boarding school. So I came over to the States. I went to Nashville, and she was at boarding school for 2 weeks. And I kept sending her a picture for every hour that I was awake, saying, "Wish you were here. Look what I found."
Right.
And I think that go on.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I think that combined with I let her watch the 2 Comma Club documentary the other day, and that really kind of got her fired up. And I brought her back a book from Funnel Hacking Live, which was written by a 13-year-old boy. And I think, again, just the fact that he had done that and somebody had paid him money for it kind of got her going. So the deal we've got at the moment is she has to build her first funnel. She's writing a book about how to inspire entrepreneurship in people under 18, and doing some case studies of people who've built their businesses under the age of 18 and how successful they've been. And the deal is that she can come to Nashville next year, but she has to make her funnel, enough money in her funnel to pay for her flights and her tickets. So we've reverse engineered it all. We've worked out all of her upsells, downsells. She's on it, and she's motivated because she wants to come now, because I teased her that much and left her here at boarding school because I really don't think she thought that was going to happen.
And that's what we call motivation. You got the carrot on the stick.
I dig it.
And when we talk, and I know we're way over time, but I just want to mention one thing, because when it comes to like education and empowering, it's a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
As entrepreneurs, I feel like it's our job really to build the next generation after us, because small business doesn't continue without small business owners. And if we're all pretending like we're not small business owners, then no one's gonna become a small business owner and get to experience it. But where I'm going is, like, when it comes to education, when you're talking about teaching kids, one recommendation that I always bring up, and I'll give it an example of it too, is kids want this shiny thing, right? Kids want something that is very appealing to them. It's shiny, it's gold. That's why we, as kids, we like playing video games. We like going outside with our friends. We like sitting there and watching TV because, it's mindless, enjoyable, it's entertaining. And so the best and most effective way that I have tried to teach so many kids, like how to code, how to program, how to be interested in technology, how to problem solve, things like that. And the best way that I've found has actually been through Minecraft, the video game. You would think I'm sitting there wasting my freaking time, but in reality, you can use these platforms for good. And what I've found is that you come and you kind of meet the kids where they are. And this is not, by the way, for the ones like Lyndsey's kids, because like if you're really driven, there are some kids who just need to be like pushed, and it's like, you are a freaking executive. You got what it takes in you. You either boss the hell up or go back to high school, But then the other kids, like when you're talking about like, hey guys, let's teach you the basics of coding languages, how things work, things like that. Let's really support your skill set and creativity and imagining what's possible for the world. So I did this exercise where in Minecraft, there are these things called command blocks, which a lot of people, and I mean, you're not really going to know, but it basically gives you the power to alter the game as you see fit through commands, kind of like you can code within it. And so, normally you would look at this and, you do things like teleport yourself to a friend, or maybe you take out all of the grass in an area, or, the trees or something like that. But what I did was I wanted to teach them creativity. So I brought everybody to me and I'm like, all right, guys, now let's look at this forest as it is. And it's got this type of wood, it's got these type of leaves. And then you can imagine what this forest could be. And when you imagine what it can be, you can make it happen. So my thing was, let's turn the forest golden. And they're like, Alex, what do you mean turn the forest gold? It's a forest. There are leaves, there are wood. There's nothing, to do here. But with command blocks, and this is why I love being a big brother, is I just wrote a little, just a little script that basically it executed a command based on proximity to a player. So I made it so that every game tick, so when the game like kind of cycles through and reruns the code, every time the code is rerun, it finds all the players in the map and builds like this big box under them, in essence, calculates like kind of the area that it needs to fill, finds the blocks in there that are either like leaves or wood or whatever. And it's kind of a technical explanation, but what it does is it turns the leaves into gold and it turns the wood into glowstone, which is just this really bright thing. So what I taught them was that they're, and I gave them all the ability to fly because it's in creative mode, and they're just literally flying around. And as they're flying, under them and around them, they're creating the world. They are making that change, and they are realizing that there are boundaries that you can just push. That all of these rules that are imposed on you, the fact that the leaves on this tree are just leaves, they don't really matter. You can make your own shit up and make it work if you're clever enough. And that kind of skill set, and teaching them those skills, especially at a very, very early age, creativity is something that you can never let die. Because once that spark dies, like that's the end of the kid's passion and pursuit for knowledge. So, and I know, Kevin, like to your point, when you're talking about punishing a kid for wanting to be a kid,
yeah,
I get that, man. That's what it can kind of seem like in the beginning, but a lot of it also comes down to knowing the kid. And some people need pushed, some people need prodded, and some people just need picked up, scooped up in your arms, given a nice warm hug, and shown the wonders of Minecraft. So it really depends. And no matter how you want to go about it, you can still influence the lives of these kids and really encourage them to be so much better than they ever thought that they could be. Because when you start to encourage people to amaze themselves.
Yeah, I mean, literally, my daughter had a blast, by the way, guys. At boarding school, she didn't hate it.
It's not like military school.
Yeah, the school she attends is a boarding school. It was just like having a giant sleepover for 2 weeks. She loved it. But the difference is that my daughter is a teenager, and she's at the point where she needs that push because she doesn't want to take the leap. Because what happens if you take the leap and it doesn't work? And that's what I'm trying to teach her: is you've got to be willing to take the leap, and if it goes wrong, you get up and you do it again and again and again. But to take the creativity,
stage learning stuff that you need too, right? Like when you're 16, 17, 18, and you're getting used to how the world is actually going to work.
Did you guys cut each other off? I mean, that's what I've been doing with my daughter. And the thing that I did was I put I put Photoshop on, and my daughter, I've been teaching how to use Photoshop, so she still has the creativity outlets. She wasn't punished. It was, you've got to learn to take the leap, and it was kind of a, let's tease her into taking action. I think the boys are ready now, anyway. Oh,
Here we go.
Where is my... There's my LinkedIn. I was trying to find it to go through these comments. Okay, so it is Justin and Kevin. Kid would love that. Kid would love boarding school, Nashville, Minecraft's making weird things with lights, or something else. Let us know. Good news is everyone's parenting gets graded out by therapists later in life. Ain't that the truth? My therapist graded out my parents' parenting. You know, it's a cycle, guys. No worries. As a new parent, I can proudly say that I've already come to the realization that I don't know what the fuck I'm doing whatsoever. Oh my gosh. They're like, he's walking now. What do you do? Like, you know, no one told me these little monsters, like, just get up and toddle around, you know, on their own one day. Like, you know, you think holding their hand and they're doing it. Nah, dude, homeboy's just like, you know what I'm gonna do today, Dad? Step out of this and walk. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But I digress. We digress, and it's 5:36, which means we need to do final thoughts. So let me grab the banner here, and we shall jump into everybody's favorite segment. Thank you so much for everybody joining me today, and thank you to our wonderful guest, Lyndsey, for entertaining us. And before we move on to final thoughts, Mr. Rowley, did you have anything that you wanted to add, or that I have missed, or anything like that?
Nope, we're cool.
All right, rock and roll ain't noise pollution. Lyndsey, you know the deal. You've been here a couple times. You got 30 seconds, a minute and a half, or however long you want. Tell us what's on your mind and what we're going to be left with today.
Okay. Obviously, we need to educate young people into entrepreneurship. We all clearly have many things we need to watch on Netflix. And most importantly, stay creative. You know, before we came live, the guys and I were talking about just the endless to-do list that everyone's working through now, as everyone's kind of, you know, squirreling away there, running their businesses, and just, yeah, stay creative, take time out to keep those creative juices flowing. And just remember that, you know, if we're not being creative, then we're not really going to get much done on that to-do list, even if we were trying really hard. So that is my final thought.
I love your final thoughts. And I also loved putting you in like main screen, and not to like call you out, but look at the camera, because your freaking eyes, that green is like awesome reflected in the, do you have one of those like halo lights?
I do indeed. That's because you went with me earlier. I said about halo lights.
I like looked at those and I'm like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, that's what that should look like. So rock and roll. I'm gonna rewatch the stream and go get all of your tips that I missed because I was slamming granola.
It's all in your LinkedIn, don't worry.
Whew, thank gosh. Lee, I'll let you. Do you want to go first or last? I always ask you this.
You know, if you got something on your mind, go ahead.
Do I ever have anything on my mind? Actually, do I ever not have anything on my mind is a real question. And the answer is probably not, but who knows? Maybe we'll find out eventually. I'm trying to like get things over so that I can just be center screen again. And please accept this filibuster and my apologies. There we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Nope. Go away. There we go. Okay. Woo! Yay! Finally here. How's it going, everybody? We made it to final thoughts. And I hope my lighting wasn't. I did take some recommendation on putting a light behind. I don't know, like auxiliary light. I don't know what the term is, but it's like the glow behind or whatever. So don't have anything overhead, which I think was triggering my migraines. Anyways, I've been in a lot of conversations about creativity too. Lack thereof, you know, inspiring organizations, building future leaders, because I think that the biggest thing for me, and, you know, probably all of you guys, maybe you haven't, maybe I'm just being vain, but I reckon that most of you have wondered how the hell old I am, because there's no way that I can be like in my 30s, and there's certainly no way that I am in my 30s. But as a 24-year-old entrepreneur, like, I can say that it's something that you can do that you don't believe that you can do. You know, 18, 19-year-old me would not have thought that I would have it in me to actually do what it takes to make any sort of difference. But 24-year-old me is finding out that, you know, with enough grit, enough determination, and a just unconquerable soul, like, you can actually do it. And that is not to say anything about me, except for I just want to be that example for everybody who thinks that they can't. So a lot of people, and especially kids, they don't feel like they have that opportunity. They don't feel like they have that chance. You don't go to college, you're not going to get into a good school. You don't get into a good school, you're not going to get this job. You're not going to get that. You're not going to get this. And it's ultimately just bullshit. It's the lies that we tell ourselves to be okay with this meager existence. So if there's one thing that I can leave all of you with, it's that you should be fearless in your pursuit of whatever makes you happy. Be curious about everything you come into contact with in life. And remember that you have to inspire the next person who's going to come after you and pick up the torch you leave behind.
Well done. Da, 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 da.
Mr. Rowley.
Yeah.
On you.
All right. Well, your final thought inspired me, because when you look at it realistically, I'm representing the old fart crowd, and I've been in this for a while, but we've got a lot of people who are my age too, who are coming onto the online marketing sphere, trying to build their businesses. And that's a little bit tougher to do when you're in your 40s than it is when you're in your 20s, because, it's like we've gotten used to things being a different way. So my big call today is self-patience, because look, some of you guys are learning software that you've never even heard of before. You're trying to learn a whole different world than you're used to. And hats off to you, because this stuff is difficult. This is a big transition. If you're coming from a corporate job or a service job, this is a whole different world, and it can be completely bewildering. So don't be afraid to look to people who are a heck of a lot younger than you are, like Alex, who know how this works. And don't be afraid to ask for help. I know that we kind of get stuck in our ways. We okay, we're going to figure everything out. But at some point you have to just let go a little bit, and let some other people know who know what they're doing step in and help. The people like Alex are a total gold mine, because they can help us reposition, retool, and reinvent ourselves to have a fantastic second career or third career online that never would have been possible 10 or even 20 years ago. So that's my final thought. Kind of.
And just to encourage literally all of you, I may not answer your message for like a day or two. Everybody here can attest, but I really do care. So, I mean, I'm the only one that I know my age doing what I do. Feel free to reach out to me, please. Anybody else that you find, I'd love to talk to them and get that network of people who can support, because I sure as hell don't know everything. I've learned a lot, but it's definitely not anywhere near what I'll need at the end of the day. So we're all here to help, guys. We do this for you. Use your resources. And just to give you guys a tip, you talked about learning new software, Lee. This is something I've been doing recently, actually, is having to learn this new software. And this is my setup for just a stream. This is all it takes to get everything going. So when you're getting intimidated by learning new software, that's because there's a lot of crap you're going to have to do. You forgive yourself, be patient. It's not easy. You're not going to get it right the first time. No one expects it to. You saw how long it took me to get the comments on the wrong side of the screen.
Honestly, the best thing is practice. Somebody
Failure.
Told me, I need to work out all the ums and ahs before I get on camera again. No, you don't. You work out the ums and ahs by getting on camera every friggin' day and then not worrying about it. Because ultimately it doesn't matter that much. I used to worry so much that I stutter and lose my train of thought, forget what I'm saying, and completely blank out, wander off screen, things like that. And now it's just,
It's normal.
But it is. Yeah, it is. It's normal. And we still get value out of it. Somehow it just works. So, Lyndsey, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, yeah, you're a rock star.
Loyally over, and we're keeping you up. So we appreciate you joining us. We'll be back tomorrow again for another episode of BowtieUP Live with Chris Borja. He's become a better networker. Yeah, he'll be sharing some networking tips, I believe. And what he's been doing to transition his 3,000 plus network from offline to online. So it's been really cool. Yeah, we're gonna have a great time with that. In the meantime, we will see you. Have a great evening. You want to play out to Fluffy Unicorns or what?
Pink fluffy unicorn.
Okay, we can do another round of everybody together now.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. Pink fluffy unicorns.